We are here with some serious celebrities in Australian urology. Nathan Larnchuk was the co-convener for 2017. I'm sure it's a full year project, but it's going to come to a screeching halt here soon. And then Dan Moon's going to be entertaining the Australians and the internationals next year.
Well, it'll be a hard act to follow.
Yeah.
It'll be a hard act to follow. Nathan's done a fantastic job with Shamik Sengupta putting together a really world-class faculty and a very diverse program with lots of different types of sessions, and the way you've structured the program I think has really kept it interesting. We jump from topic to topic and various themes through it, but also enough to keep generalists interested, which I think is a real key to these meetings.
Absolutely, and look, I know the meeting's moving into safe hands with yourself and Declan Murphy, but look, I agree, every year, you know, I was involved, as you have been in previous meetings, and I think what you try to do is bring what was great about the last few meetings to the table, and then examine how things have gone, reassess, and then reinvent. And a couple of the initiatives we've done this year, we identified that probably there was an expansion in the sessions some years ago, which actually was a good thing, because prior to that it was really one choice, and if you didn't like what was on the program, you didn't really turn up. Then expanded out through the format that Henry Wu set up in Darwin in 2012. That grew into a nice format in 2013. I think it may have overexpanded a little, but that's fine, and now we've cut that back a bit this year. So that's one thing Shamik and I worked on, was, as you say, providing the diversity, but also cutting back a bit so that instead of, say, 4 or 5 choices, people have only got 2 or 3.
But you also know the need to be able to make sure you can highlight some of the research being done here in our own backyard, and make sure that there's enough focus on some of the abstracts that our locals are producing.
Yes, absolutely. And one of the other things is we obviously at USANZ encourage younger researchers, and they often get a poster presentation, and again, we came up with the concept of perhaps not presenting all of those in sessions late in the afternoon that may or may not be well attended given other constraints of time and other sessions. So we brought that right into the trade area, and that's been a real hit this year. We've had really positive feedback from the trainees, from everyone. So I think that's something that you'll probably carry on next year.
And I'd say, Nathan, too, on the other side of it too, you have to create a really enjoyable atmosphere to come to, and you must be one of the first conveners to deliver a talk at the conveners dinner with a Messerschmitt honing down on you from behind in the War Memorial.
Yeah, look, it's surprisingly, Canberra's been a real surprise packet for a lot of people. I know myself, I hadn't really visited here until some months ago, but wow, I mean, the War Memorial is quite a special place, and to have a dinner there was spectacular. And tonight, to follow that up in the Great Hall of Parliament House, which is a venue that not many people A, have been to, or B, will ever get to go to, is a real special thing. So
so how do we then lift that benchmark again next year, Nathan? You made it very hard for us. So
look, you're in Melbourne, the world's greatest city next year, so
we have an easy place to sell. But what we're trying to do is drift away from, there's some obvious soft options like the sporting precinct, which we can highlight. We have pretty much every major sporting event in Melbourne, which we love to highlight, but we're really focusing more on the multi-ethnicity, multicultural melting pot that Melbourne is, and trying to highlight that and use that as a theme through the meeting. And we'll build on the sort of faculty you have here as well. We'll similar sessions, expand it. We may throw in some live surgery from our friends in California, just for something interesting. But otherwise, similarly, really just build on what you've done, Nathan. It's been a fantastic meeting.
Sure. Well, look, as I said, I think the meeting's in safe hands, and USANZ are pretty good too. So I think I'll be by your side for a little while just to get things going.
We should also make mention too of the nursing program that runs alongside USANZ, which is a real highlight, I think, too, for building the bridges between. Because you've got to admit, Nathan, in practice, the nurses can make us look very good, or they can leave us, throw us under the bus if they're not there to support us.
Look, absolutely. I think it's now just become really the yin and the yang, isn't it? The nurses and the urologists,
it's a critical partnership. Absolutely.
And the ANZUNS meeting, look, Kath Schubach and Carla Demega did a fantastic job, and they were able to drag in some really good guests for their meeting, and I think the same will happen next year.
We have Kate Talbot and Sarah Mann who will put together a stellar program, and it's a really integral partnership, and it makes the meeting particularly, it's a great atmosphere to come to, and I think it broadens it very, very nicely.
Absolutely, couldn't agree more. So good luck for 2018, my friend.
Thank you.
All right.